Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. After a turbulent Spanish Grand Prix, Ducati's factory duo Márquez and Francesco Bagnaia were back at work at Jerez, this time in a test setting that may shape the trajectory of the season. Despite their individual frustrations on race day, both riders approached the test with a shared goal: improve the Desmosedici GP25. Ducati team manager Davide Tardozzi highlighted their cooperation as a crucial element in the factory's development strategy. The doctor is out of the saddle, but the tension hasn't left. In a candid appearance on the PoretCast di Giacomo Poretti, 9-time world champion Valentino Rossi opened up about the evolution of his life in and beyond MotoGP. From his iconic celebrations to his emotional connection with racing today, Rossi reflected on a legendary past and an ever-passionate present. After a frustrating Sunday at Jerez, Aprilia and Marco Bezzecchi returned to the track on Monday with one mission: fix the bike's rear stability. The Italian rider's race was derailed early, but his test pace, and the team's engineering focus, offered a glimpse of progress. Swingarm changes, aerodynamic tweaks, and a fresh mindset all combined to give Aprilia hope heading into Le Mans. Luca Marini left the Jerez MotoGP test with cautious optimism after testing a key new component for Honda. Focusing on a new swingarm, the Italian rider completed 72 laps in a session that saw him work on back-to-back comparisons. Although Marini finished 18th, his feedback and Honda's improvements point towards positive progress as the French Grand Prix looms. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Fresh from his spectacular sprint podium and a comeback ride to 12th on Sunday, Márquez hit reset on Monday and topped the test session with a blistering 1:35.876s, the only rider to break into the 1 minute and 35 seconds range. Meanwhile, Pecco Bagnaia, who secured a podium but left unsatisfied with his feeling on the bike, used the day to grind through a long list of technical evaluations rather than chase lap times. Ducati, according to Tardozzi, split the workload efficiently. With Marc, we investigated the front-end things, just to give him more confidence. With Pecco we had to investigate more the balance of the bike, Davide Tardozzi said. While fans and pundits speculated whether two alpha riders could coexist within the same garage, Ducati leadership has embraced the idea, and so far, it's paying off. Tardozzi underlined that test days in particular have brought the two champions closer together. Their ability to exchange feedback constructively, even amid their rivalry, is becoming a strategic asset for Ducati Corsa's technical staff. They know that working together speeds up the development of the bike. Márquez, still chasing his first full-length Grand Prix victory on the red machine, focused on front-end confidence, one of the few remaining question marks in his adaptation to the Desmosedici. Bagnaia, by contrast, aimed to restore the balance and feel that helped him dominate Jerez in years past. A new swingarm was also introduced but remains under evaluation for both riders. While their testing programs were divergent, the data pool was shared, and that, says Ducati, is the key. The riders talk mainly during the days like this, the training and the development days. It helps Gigi and the engineers to develop the bike. With only a single point separating Marc from his brother Alex in the standings, and Bagnaia sitting 20 points off the top in third, the championship remains wide open. But beyond titles, Ducati is investing in unity to ensure the GP25 evolves rapidly through the European rounds. The Jerez test may not have rewritten lap charts for Bagnaia, but it may have provided the groundwork for progress in Le Mans, where both riders will aim to strike back. There was no confidence from other people that it can happen, but we have not only two champions, but we have two intelligent guys. Tension between teammates can break a garage, or build a dynasty. Ducati believes they've found the right mix in Marc Márquez and Pecco Bagnaia, two fiercely competitive champions, but also professionals invested in shared success. As development accelerates and the calendar shifts toward the French Grand Prix, Ducati's greatest strength may not be the bike, but the brains riding it. Hailed as a cultural phenomenon in motorcycling, Valentino Rossi was praised during the podcast for changing the history of the sport. Put on par with names like Ayrton Senna and Michael Jordan, Rossi responded with humility and humor. "I didn't expect it that much, honestly. That means I've been good." Valentino Rossi's statement. He also looked back on his wildly inventive post-race celebrations, describing them as spontaneous fun inspired by his friends. From the inflatable doll at Mugello to Chicken Osvaldo and staged police stops, Rossi's joy was contagious, his antics becoming part of MotoGP folklore. It was all true, genuine stuff, silly things thought up by friends at the bar. Behind the smiles and showmanship, Rossi also addressed the stark realities of racing. Early in his career, he admitted, fear took a back seat to the desire for speed. But that changed with maturity and experience. "Motorcycling is a very dangerous sport, it's scary. When you're young, you don't even think about what can happen. Later you mature." What began as a fantasy, racing among heroes, eventually carried weight, responsibility, and risk. His perspective shifted further as he grew older, especially with the rise of younger riders in the sport, and after becoming a father himself. Rossi also revealed how he was influenced by a famous quote from Enzo Ferrari, that fatherhood costs a driver half a second per lap. It kept him from starting a family during his active years. But now, as a father, he's found that fear unfounded. Growing up the son of racer Graziano Rossi, his path to MotoGP was both natural and nurtured, rides on the back of his father's bike becoming the foundation of a lifelong passion. "After becoming a father, I don't feel like I'm slowing down, nor do I think about my daughter when I'm there. I was Graziano's son. He used to take me on his motorcycle to play with me. That's what we liked most." Rossi may have retired from the grid, but his heart is still racing. Now mentoring a wave of VR46 Academy riders, including his brother Luca Marini, Rossi described the agony of watching from pit lane. He now understands the fear his own mother felt during his racing days, especially as he watches his brother line up on the grid. Yet, he still cherishes the unique electricity of MotoGP. "Watching the races from the sidelines is a disaster. I'm always tense. The adrenaline and flavor of MotoGP, even when you watch it, in my opinion is unparalleled." From fearless rookie to philosophical mentor, Valentino Rossi's journey mirrors the evolution of MotoGP itself. Though the number 46 no longer battles on the track, his presence continues to shape the sport, from celebrations to rider development, and from family to legacy. Watching may be harder than riding, but for Rossi, the race never really ends. Marco Bezzecchi's Spanish Grand Prix never got off the ground. An early off-track excursion left him buried at the back, and although he clawed back to 14th, the damage was done. Monday's test became a reset opportunity, where both rider and team targeted their biggest weakness this season: rear-end stability under braking and acceleration. "It was a rather bad race. I went wide and ended up basically in last place. It's a real shame. We'll continue working hard, starting from the tests on Monday," Marco Bezzecchi said. Aprilia deployed a new carbon fiber swing arm and refined aero parts during the Jerez test, with Bezzecchi reporting promising results. With extra grip from the rubbered-in track, the team could fully analyze the RSGP's behavior in high-load situations, especially with soft tires, where Bezzecchi's struggles in qualifying have been most evident. "We tried a swing arm which worked quite well and then some aero stuff. For sure with the soft new tire it's really difficult to ride with so much grip and not having good stability." The gusty Jerez wind added a wild card to Monday's program, but for Aprilia, it was a welcome test. Bezzecchi explained that aerodynamic performance in tricky conditions is the true litmus test. If it works in the wind, it works in the race. The wind is good for trying aero. If it's working well with strong wind, probably without strong wind it's working as well. Bezzecchi finished 7th on the timesheets, top among Aprilia riders, just 0.739s off pace-setter Marc Márquez. His race day potential has impressed team boss Massimo Rivola, but the qualifying bottleneck remains unresolved. With grid positions of 9th or lower in all 5 rounds so far, the team knows track position is costing them points, and possibly podiums. If you start 15th and finish P8, you are doing a good race. The question mark will be, if Marco starts 8th, can he win the race? This I hope that we'll discover soon. Massimo Rivola's statement. For Aprilia, Monday wasn't about lap charts, it was about clarity. Bezzecchi left Jerez with more confidence and more tools to fight up front. The RSGP has speed, but unless the qualifying puzzle is solved, its true potential may remain just out of reach. All eyes now turn to Le Mans, where the next step in Aprilia's evolution awaits. After a busy weekend at the Spanish Grand Prix, Marini took to the track on Monday for a focused test session. Despite challenging wind conditions, which often affect grip, Marini completed a series of back-to-back runs to evaluate a new swing arm on his factory Honda. His best lap of 1 minute and 37.447 seconds placed him just behind teammate Joan Mir, who was testing a prototype engine. It's a bit too soon to see any major changes, but the new swing arm already feels like a little improvement. The grip is always fantastic here on Monday tests, so it's hard to get a true feeling, but I'm satisfied with what we've been working on, Luca Marini said. Although Marini didn't get the chance to test the updated engine that Mir tried, he heard encouraging reports. The new power plant, used by wildcard Alex Espargaro in the Spanish Grand Prix, seems to be showing promise. Marini is hopeful that the prototype engine could bring further improvements down the line. I haven't tested the new engine, but I've heard some positive feedback. It seems like a small step forward, which is good news for the team. Marini's Monday test was not just about testing parts but also gathering data for Honda's engineers. Although the focus was on the swing arm, it's clear that the collaboration between rider and team is aimed at addressing key areas for improvement, with Marini's feedback set to play a pivotal role in Honda's ongoing development. It was a productive day. We did a lot of back-to-back runs, and we've gathered a lot of useful data for the engineers to analyze. With the French Grand Prix on the horizon, Marini heads to Le Mans holding 12th in the World Championship standings. Although it's still early in the season, the positive results from Jerez have left him optimistic about Honda's direction, and he'll be looking to build on that momentum as the series moves forward. After the Jerez test, Luca Marini's confidence is growing. Honda's new swing arm shows promise, and with more work to do, the factory squad is steadily progressing. As the team heads to Le Mans, all eyes will be on how their improvements translate into race performance. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!